This program is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training Zanzibar in collaboration with Good Neighbors. The program is funded by KOICA.
Dear listener, you may learn so useful issues in this program as far as you will pay your attention to listening. However, our program today is specially for Form 4 physics learners. The program will provide free discussion on A. Reflection, refraction, diffraction, and interference of waves. B. Application of reflection, refraction, diffraction, and interference of waves in daily life. Self-assessment is allowed while the program is going on. For our lovely teacher, the program will help you to prepare simple lessons for your students so that they will learn with joy, improve their performance and competence.
Musa,
Yes?
do you know what is mawimbi in English, or shall I help you?
Come on, Salma. I know mawimbi are waves, and wimbi is a wave. Why did you ask me that question?
Because every time I look at the waves, a question what is a wave comes into my mind.
I ask myself that question too. Maybe if we go to the beach tomorrow, we'll find the answer.
Okay, but let me put some water in a basin and let it come.
Alright. I guess you want to create waves, don't you?
Yes, but all of us, not I. Musa,
Yes?
the water has calmed. Find a little stone or something to throw into the water.
Okay. Here is a little piece of stone. Are you ready?
Yeah, just to throw it and let's see what will happen to the water. Wow, Musa,
Yes?
look at the little wave created in the water moving smoothly and quietly.
Yeah, there are, but I think the water is not moving.
What? Alright, let's wait for the water to come again. Then I'll throw the stone again and see if the water is moving or not.
Alright, but I think the stone creates some kind of disturbance.
The water has calmed again. Now I'm going to throw a stone, so please watch it carefully.
Alright, I will, but you should be more carefully. Look, Salma, it is that disturbance moving in the form of waves?
Yes, you are right. The stone creates some disturbance in the form of ripple, which are moving, but the water isn't moving.
Ripples? What are they?
They are small waves or series of waves on the surface of water. Musa,
Yes?
this is getting more interesting. Throw the stone again, please.
Alright, watch carefully.
Yes, the stone has created some disturbance in the water and is spreading outward in a circular pattern and in the form of waves.
Yeah, and I think this kind of disturbance is what's called as a wave.
That makes sense. But I think we need to observe more to find the meaning of a wave.
Alright, now let me blow the water in a basin and see if the disturbance will be created.
Sure, I'll watch carefully. Musa,
Yes?
look at the disturbance progressing away from the point where you blew the water.
I see it, and I think that wave is pulse of energy traveling through a medium.
This looks like waves transfer energy from one point to another.
Yes, waves transfer energy from one point to another.
Alright, can you give me the meaning of pulse?
Okay, pulse ni mapigo.
Okay, thank you. I think a wave is a progressive disturbance propagated from a point in a medium on space without the movement of the point themselves.
Yes, I agree with you, because the point in the water which I blew did not move. but the disturbance created progressively.
Alright. A wave is a progressive disturbance propagated from a point in a medium on space without the movement of the point themselves.
Salma,
Yes?
can you hear the man on TV?
No, I can't hear a word he is saying. And I don't know what the problem is.
I know the problem.
What is it?
Okay. Please, read the text bar below the TV screen, please.
Okay. Samahani kwa usikivu mbaya wa kipindi. Hii ni kutokana na maingiliano ya mawimbi ya sauti. Mawimbi ya sauti means sound waves, right?
Yes, sound waves. You look surprised. Why?
Yes, I'm surprised because I always knew the sea waves, but now the man on TV talks about sound waves.
So, from today you must know that there are water waves and sound waves.
And tomorrow there will be soda and juice waves.
No, seriously? There are light waves too.
You see, tomorrow has not even come and you are already saying that there are light waves.
Light travels in the straight line in the form of waves.
Yes, that's correct. So, there are water waves, sound waves, and light waves.
Yes, there are water waves, sound waves, and light waves. I have an idea which can help us understand more about waves.
Okay, come on.
Find a rope and a piece of iron if possible.
Sure, just wait a moment.
Wonderful, Salma. This is enough, okay? And now, tie one end of rope to the door handle.
It's ready. What next?
Hold the other end and snap your wrist toward the door handle.
Snap? What does it mean?
I mean, tingisha.
Okay, I got you. Like this?
Yes, just like that. And keep snapping.
Wow, the rope is producing waves. Now let's try to use the slinky and see if it can produce waves.
Slinky? You mean slinky is a metal spring? Don't you?
Yes, I will put it down and hold one end. You will hold the other end, stretch for about 1 meter, and then release it.
Okay, I understand.
What did you notice when you held the slinky and then release it?
The slinky, that is the spiral spring or helical spring.
Oh wow, you are brilliant, Musa.
Thank you. I noticed the production of waves and the slinky was not moving.
I noticed it the same. Now try to put a drop of water in the basin of water.
Wow, another production of waves. And I have noticed the production of more than one wave at a time.
That's true. And I noticed that there is distance between two waves.
Do you mean the length?
Yes, the length.
Okay, so let's call it a wavelength.
Wavelength is the distance between two successive adjacent crests or troughs.
Wavelength is the distance between two successive adjacent crests or troughs. Salma,
Yes?
please tell me more about crests, adjacent, and troughs.
Crest or trough are the top of the wave. Adjacent means next to.
Thank you. I also think that wavelength is the distance the wave travels in one complete circle.
Oh, sorry. Can you spell the word circle, please?
Yes, I can. That is C Y C L E. Circle.
Okay. Musa,
Yes?
if a wave has a length, then the SI unit of wavelength must be the meter. M E T E R. Definitely, Musa. Hold the slinky spring and stretch it about a meter and then release it.
Okay. What have you noticed this time?
There is a number of crests or troughs that pass frequently at a point per unit time.
If the waves pass frequently, then that is called as frequency, which means that a wave has a frequency.
Yes, and therefore, frequency of a wave is the number of crests or troughs that pass a given point per unit time.
Yeah, frequency of a wave is the number of crests or troughs that pass a given point per unit time.
But also, we can say that frequency is the number of cycles or vibrations per second. So, frequency can be represented by a small letter f.
Yes, and since time is measured in seconds, then the SI unit of frequency is known as the hertz, which is Hz.
The SI unit of frequency is the hertz. Hz.
Please, Salma, can you spell the word hertz?
Absolutely, I can. That is H E R T Z. Hertz.
Wonderful, but I worry.
What's wrong with you? Tell me, please.
Okay, are those letters from the word hertz capital or small?
Well, listen to me very carefully.
Uh-huh.
Start with capital H, small e, small r, small t, and small letter z. Hertz.
The sound of TV has come back. Let's go to watch the program.
Okay, but Musa,
Yes?
if a wave has a frequency, then it must have a velocity too. What do you think?
I think so too.
If so, then the velocity of a wave is the speed at which the wave moves through a medium.
Yeah, the velocity of a wave is the speed at which the wave moves through a medium.
Or velocity of a wave is the displacement of the wave per unit time.
It is the displacement of the wave per unit time. Salma, talking about the times, remind me that I must go home now.
Alright, but how the TV program?
I will follow it next time, Salma. Learning is beautiful and is everywhere and anywhere.
Okay, what was the most interesting thing for you today?
How wave disturbance propagated from a point in a medium on space without the movement of the points themselves.
Wow! Water waves, sound waves, and light waves were very interesting for me as various examples of waves.
Also, what were interesting are wavelength, wave velocity, and frequency of a wave.
I found those terms interesting too.
I wonder with the terms used in the wave theory.
I'm ready to hear from you right now.
Is there any relationship between frequency and period of the wave's profile?
Of course, there is. Since the period is the time taken by the wave to complete one wavelength or one circle. Hence, the frequency is the reciprocal of the period. That is, frequency is equal to 1 over period.
Well done, Salma.
Thank you.
Can you tell me on the relation between velocity, wavelength, and frequency?
Yeah. First of all, the relation between them is called as fundamental wave relation. Secondly, velocity is equal to product of wavelength and frequency.
You are so brilliant, Salma, on the concept of light. Various terms used in the wave theory, as well as different examples of waves in our daily life activities.
Thank you, Musa. And even our friends students, you can use your local materials to produce waves and see with your own eyes the wavelength, wave velocity and frequency. You can use your local materials to produce wave and see with your own eyes the wavelength, wave velocity and frequency. Goodbye.
Very good. I was so close to a discussion and I'm so interested. Hopefully, our dear listener have enjoyed and gained a lot through your discussion. Now, here are the questions about the topic for further discussion. Compare and differentiate the following terms: refraction and diffraction. Compare and differentiate the following terms: refraction and diffraction. Elaborate the concept of waves and explain the interference of the waves in the daily life. Elaborate the concept of waves and explain the interference of waves in the daily life. Here is the end of this program, but you are so welcomed in the next program. So, until next time, bye-bye.
This program is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training Zanzibar in collaboration with Good Neighbors. The program is funded by KOICA.